Hello and welcome to another update video about AGIX. AGIX is also, I think, still in an active swing trade setup, unless it already is in wave 5, because it did react obviously here to the support region already. So it's technically possible that a low is already in. Anybody who entered here at the 23.6 Fib level, at this highest Fibonacci level of the support region, all you need to do is to manage risk. Basically what that means is maybe take some partial profits or move up your stop loss. I mean, essentially that's what I offer, these support areas, and then usually the price does react to them. Sometimes they break. If they break, it just means we have to readjust. That of course happens sometimes, but in this bullish market, we sometimes rather have the problem that the pullbacks are rather too shallow to actually reach the support regions. But support did absolutely hold. The thing is, we only see currently a 3-wave rally from the low. So it's a corrective rally at the moment with a lot of overlapping price action. So purely by looking at price alone, while it is possible that the wave 4 already bottomed here, I think it was the 20th of March. Yep, while that is possible, 19th I think, that the price bottomed at 91.1 cents, I'm currently just observing the chart, and if 5 waves to the upside form, I have evidence that a low is in. If no 5 waves form, instead we break below the micro support we're going to talk about in this video, then it would indicate that we will revisit the yellow support region. That's why risk management is so important. I mean, anybody who entered there would have made some substantial profits. Just to show you that, possibly 40% roughly, 40 to 50%. And therefore, regular profit taking when we talk about altcoins is so important, even in corrective rallies, even within corrections. With that approach that I often talk about, like scaling in, scaling out, you can literally print USDT, and even if the setup is still active and the price is still in a correction, okay, you don't need to wait with profit taking until the prices reach like a 5th wave target, because it might happen 2 or 3 times that the support area is revisited. The overall assumption on this chart, bullish, is valid as long as we're holding that support area. So the tactics should be very, very clear. You can buy in the support zone and you can sell in resistance. Now, that's not me telling you to do that. It's just from an Elliott wave point of view, I think best practice how this would normally be traded. But if you trade this, how you trade this, obviously depends on your own risk profile, risk management, trading plan, and commitment, time commitment, how much time do you actually have? Can you watch the charts, or are you just someone who likes to just add limit orders in these support areas? One would have been triggered, and then it might just be a case of maybe raising the stop loss or just leaving the stop loss below the box. That's also possible. So let's talk about the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenarios, but also let's talk about the next upside target. So I would like to see the 5th wave reach the $3 mark. We talked about that in the last video. There is some Fibonacci confluence there, and that could technically mean that a larger degree top will form in this region, or the chart has a chance to form a larger degree top in that region. So as I always say, best is to approach these altcoins with a swing trading mentality, not focus on long-term targets, because they are not stable enough for that. Okay, of course it could extend, and of course we might see here a 3-4 pattern. So after that next high, it might even extend above $3. We might see a deep pullback still in a wave 4, and then one more high in wave 5. I mean, it could reach, possibly $20. Is that realistic? I don't think it's anything that should be traded for. Yeah, I think it's not anything that should be traded for. We take it level by level with these altcoins. Here you won't miss anything anyway, because we're covering AGIX regularly. But let's talk about these short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenarios. In the short-term bullish one, which is currently not 100% clear or confirmed, we have already bottomed in wave 4. It would have been a shallow pullback, which is acceptable, especially in a bullish market. And then we've had a wave 1 to the upside, which topped on the 20th of March, a wave 2 pullback, which bottomed on the 22nd, a 3rd wave rally, which I think reached the 1.618 extension, which is absolutely fine for a third wave. Let me just double check that. The 1.618 extension is just one of these common targets for a third wave. Oops. Yeah, perfectly. So $1.43. That's fine for a third wave. And then I show you support for wave 4, which is between $1.25 and $1.14. Because it could be a diagonal, therefore I'm adding the golden ratio level. But below $1.14, I would have to assume that we are in the yellow count, which is the short-term bearish one. But as long as we're holding $1.14, I think the focus can be on higher. Well, it depends on what focus you want to have. I think for there isn't a great setup here, because it could literally mean just one more high. But I think it's just a matter of, at the moment, observing the chart. If the chart gives us 5 waves up, then we can add the next support zone for a 1-2 setup. Yeah. If the chart breaks below $1.14, then the tactics should be clear as well, because this support area could provide another entry point. Yeah. Or the opportunity to put in some long positions. But that's, if you do that, is up to you. At the moment, the move down isn't clearly impulsive, so it actually looks more like this move down, which would rather suggest we might see one more high, right? But let's see. I mean, that B wave is definitely high enough to have completed. It's a 3-wave move, but the move down doesn't really look clearly like an impulse at the moment. So it literally, the way to distinguish between these two wave counts is the $1.14 level. A sustained break below it would confirm the yellow count. As long as we're holding above it, one more high is a reasonable assumption. And I mean, that one more high, it might even reach the next fib level. What is that? That's $1.72. That would be a bit high maybe, but it's the next main fib level on the fib scale. Important is, if we see 5 clear waves up, we can add the next support zone to the chart. And even if I have one short-term bullish and one short-term bearish scenario, even in the short-term bearish one, we might just test the area around the previous A wave low. So it might not drop that much. And also, both counts are bullish. No. So just be aware of that. So yeah, I hope you liked the update about AGIX. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.